Title: The Babysitter Who Wouldn't Leave. This story was sent by a viewer named Megan, who used to babysit to pay for college. She said what she experienced in 2021 made her quit babysitting forever. For privacy, she changed the family's last name, but everything else is exactly how it happened. Megan was a 20-year-old college sophomore living in a small town in Wisconsin. She often babysat for extra money. One Friday evening, she got a call from a woman named Jennifer Lawson, asking if she could babysit her 7-year-old daughter, Emily, for 2 nights while she and her husband attended a work retreat. Jennifer sounded nervous over the phone, overly relieved that Megan accepted. She said, "I'm glad it's you. The last sitter, well, she didn't work out." Megan didn't think much of it. Parents can be picky. She agreed to come over that evening. The Lawson house was beautiful. A large, freshly renovated 2-story suburban home with big windows, bright lights, and a backyard that looked like a magazine cover. But Megan noticed something odd. There was an old, heavy wooden door at the end of the upstairs hallway. Unlike the rest of the house's modern feel, this door looked ancient. No knob, just a metal slide lock on the outside. Jennifer caught her staring. "Oh," she said quickly, "that room stays closed. Storage. Don't open it." Her tone was firm, uncomfortably firm. After the parents left, Megan made dinner for Emily. The kid was sweet, quiet, and polite. But Emily kept looking upstairs. Her eyes were fixed on the old locked door. At one point, she whispered, "She's still in there, you know?" Megan asked, "Who?" Emily didn't reply. She just walked away, holding her stuffed panda close to her chest. Around 11 p.m., after putting Emily to bed, Megan sat downstairs watching TV. That's when she heard it. Soft scratching from upstairs. It was slow and rhythmic, like fingernails gently dragging across wood. She paused the TV. The scratching stopped. She walked to the foot of the stairs and listened. Nothing. Then, as she turned to go back to the couch, 3 slow scrapes from the upstairs hall, right where the old wooden door was. Megan quietly checked on Emily. The girl was sitting upright in bed, eyes open. She whispered, "Don't listen to her. She likes to pretend she's stuck." Megan's skin crawled. She tried asking Emily more, but the little girl shut down completely, burying her face in her stuffed panda. Later that night, Megan went upstairs to use the bathroom. The hallway was dark except for the tiny nightlight near the locked wooden door. She walked past it and froze. The door, which had no knob, moved, a small shudder, like something pushed it from the inside. She stepped back cautiously. Then she heard whispering, a faint female voice saying, "Please, help me, please." Megan ran back downstairs, heart pounding. The next morning, Megan called Jennifer. "Is someone in that locked room?" "No," Jennifer said sharply. "There is absolutely no one in that room." Then she added something chilling. "Whatever you think you hear, ignore it." Later, Megan found a framed family photo on the fireplace. Jennifer, her husband, Emily, and another young woman in her early 20s. Emily suddenly appeared behind Megan. "That's our old babysitter," she said quietly. "She slept in that room." Megan looked at the old wooden door. Emily added, "She never left." Jennifer and her husband wouldn't be back until late Sunday. Megan wanted to quit, but she didn't want to leave Emily alone. That night, after dinner, Megan heard soft footsteps upstairs. She thought it was Emily, but when she checked, Emily was coloring at the kitchen table. The footsteps continued overhead, slow, dragging, heavy. At around 1 a.m., Megan walked past the old door again. This time, something was sticking out from beneath it. A thin hand, small pale fingers reaching out, feeling along the floor like they were searching for something. Megan gasped and backed up. The hand instantly pulled back into the darkness of the room. She heard whispering again, "Let me out, please, it's so dark." Megan tried the slide lock. It wouldn't move, as if something was holding it from the inside. She stepped away, terrified. When she returned to Emily's room, the girl was wide awake again. She said in a trembling voice, "She gets out sometimes. Mommy tells me not to look." Megan asked, "Who? Who gets out?" Emily lifted her finger and pointed at Megan's own closet. Megan slowly approached the closet door. It wasn't closed fully anymore. A tiny crack in the opening, pitch black inside. She nudged it with her foot. The closet door swung open, and nothing was inside. But on the floor were wet footprints leading from the closet straight toward the hallway. Around 3 a.m., Megan lay awake on the couch, too scared to sleep. She saw movement on the second floor, a figure slowly walking past the railing. A woman, very thin, bent posture, long hair covering her face, her head tilted at an unnatural angle. She moved silently, stopping in front of the locked wooden door. Then she turned, looked directly at Megan. Even from downstairs, Megan felt the weight of that stare. The woman lifted her hand, the same hand Megan had seen under the door, and pointed at her. Megan grabbed Emily, intending to leave the house, but the front door's deadbolt wouldn't turn. It wasn't jammed. Something was turning it back from the other side. Emily whispered, "She doesn't want you to take me away." Then, the lights in the house flickered. Shadows moved at the top of the stairs. Megan called Jennifer again. This time, Jennifer picked up sobbing. "She was our babysitter years ago. Her name was Kylie. She became obsessed with Emily. She started sleeping in that storage room, saying she needed to be closer to her. One night, she took Emily and locked them both inside the room." Megan's heart raced. "What happened to her?" Jennifer whispered. "She died." Megan clutched Emily and ran to the kitchen. She grabbed the back door key. It still worked. But as she opened the door, a pale hand pressed against it from the outside, blocking it. Then a voice whispered behind her, "Don't take her from me." Kylie, the dead babysitter, stood inches from her, face twisted, eyes black, hair dripping like it had been wet for days. Emily screamed. Megan shoved the door with all her strength. The hand slid off, and Megan ran into the backyard, Emily in her arms. They didn't stop running until they reached a neighbor's porch. Jennifer and her husband arrived minutes later. The police searched the house. Every door was open, except one. The old wooden door upstairs. Locked tight. When they forced it open, the room was completely empty, except for a child's drawing taped to the far wall. A drawing of a tall woman with long hair, standing beside a little girl, holding her hand. The drawing was signed Kylie.